Japan.
I'm fucking exhausted. I am fucking exhausted. I was gonna start the video by jumping in because I thought that that's what y'all would want to see, but fuck it. I'm just like you guys. I need to breathe. And I need you guys to see that I need to breathe. Because between this and Endgame, I just... Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Mr. Dark Phoenix. I don't know the title of the episode because they're keeping them... Can we talk about how they're keeping the episode titles hidden for some fucking reason? Like, y'all dead ass think, HBO be thinking that we gonna figure some shit out from these titles. So, I don't know, I have to see what the title is. I would hope it would be Battle for Winterfell, but it's not. But if I can't find what the title is, I think that's just what I'm gonna have to call it. Because I don't fucking understand. Nope, it's Season 8, Episode 3. So by the time I'm doing this review, I have no idea. So we're just going to call it Season 8, Episode 3, and the title of the video is going to be what the title is going to be. But if you haven't seen the episode yet, come back when you have. Come back when you have seen it. Because if you have seen it, we're going to jump on in with the spoilers for Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 3, whatever the fuck. HBO is so stupid. Like, why hide the names of these titles? Like, it's not like a title's gonna be blah blah blah, whatever. Let's jump into it. Whew. Hold on, let me show y'all what I got. I got my Oathkeeper. I am so glad she lived. I am so glad that Brienne lived. And I also have this little guy. Raw! I'm so glad he survived. I was about to cry. I don't cry for much. So when I saw him, we'll talk about that in a minute. Bran watched the whole episode. Bran did next to nothing. He was just sitting there with his storm eyes, like, let me just. Bran watched the episode, or Bran pulled a Doctor Strange, where he was just sitting in the background watching the episode, or like watching previous episodes, and it's like, fuck, if I'm gonna die, I better catch up on this shit. Whoosh. And um Bran was trying to get Wi-Fi. That's why he was AFK for a good portion of this fight. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't sure. I wasn't like on the Bran is gonna do something train. I thought Bran was gonna warg into Viserion. That's what I thought. I thought he was going to warg into Viserion and then use him against the Whites, or something. Bran warged into birds and did some surveillance, but you knew the Night King was on a dragon. So this is why I don't get. Bran did one good thing. He was surveillance with the birds. Good. You got this. Good, good. But who are you going to tell this information to? And the Night King is on the dragon. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, the lighting or, like, the dark effects for the Night King on Viserion and the night sky was really fucking good. And Night King is just like, I must touch you. I'm like, we're getting into touchy Resident Evil 2 territory, I see. This guy's been pecked to death. I must touch him. And R.I.P. Dothraki. Melisandre gave a whole speech about how, you know, she was all like, oogity boogity, my name is Oogie Boogie, flaming swords and shit. And all their racks lit up. And they all got wiped the fuck out. I don't understand. Did Daenerys tell them what they were fighting? I know that some Dothraki were at that meeting in King's Landing when they went to the Dragon Pit, but I don't think they understood what they were fighting. I don't think the Dothraki should have been on their horses. I think that they shouldn't. I think they should have just been regular foot soldiers because they're not. The whole horseback fighting strategy doesn't work against the dead. The Dothraki are more suited for fighting against like the Golden Company and the people, like human people. And it sucks to see the Dothraki go. I'm pretty sure they're all dead. I know that some Unsullied are still alive, but I'm pretty sure that the Dothraki are just wiped the fuck out. I hope I'm wrong. We still got 3 episodes left, so I really hope I'm wrong. Um, Big fights. I don't think I have to go into every single one, but there was just big fights for a good portion of the episode. Um, Daenerys was flying blind because the Night King brought winter. He cast Blizzaga. The Night King was like, ice magic, Blizzaga, and it's like, I can't see. It's like Dragon Box or some shit. I'm blind, I'm Daredevil. And so she didn't know where the trenches were until Melisandre did the whole magic thing, and she was like, ooga booga fire, oosh, and that shit lit up on fire. And, whew, this was some. Oh my god, the dragon sky fight. First of all, let's talk about how beautiful that scenery was when Jon and Dany were in the sky and they were like fighting Viserion and the Night King. And there was like scratches and fire and things and all that. And I was like, oh, we have our dance of dragons. That night sky looked beautiful though. I don't know what it was today, but it was it was awesome. First of all, I want to give out some MVP awards right now. I want to leave some of the fighters out of this. I want to give a big MVP award to Sam. His fat ass was trying. He took some stabbing. He stabbed some a bunch. Podrick for being hit. This is Podrick's first major fight, and Jaime. This is Jaime's like first major battle with his left hand. I know the Field of Fire 2.0, he was kind of fighting, but I mean, this was definitely more important. This was definitely more like Jaime's fighting with his left hand. I thought we were going to see Bronn this episode. Where did she send him? If he's, I don't know. We still got next week, so we can just do that. The zombies kept pulling some fucking World War Z type shit. Like they kept on like piling on top of each other, and I was like, so y'all is gonna tackle all the genres, huh? Y'all gonna get Lord of the Rings and World War Z and The Walking Dead and The Lich King and World of Warcraft, like. Game of Thrones is like stabbing all kinds of fucking boundaries right now. Arya's weapon was great. Her little double-bladed staff that she was using, and then when she got overrun and the zombies were coming up the stairs, and she like, first of all, she broke it apart and she made 2 swords. So she went like Nightwing Eskrima sticks on bitches, and then when she rolled down the dead bodies, I was like, Arya, how much parkour do you know? How much parkour have you mastered? Ah, sexy Jesus is just smiling at her. I wonder if Jaqen's gonna show up. I hope he does, but I don't think he will. But I hope he does. But Arya lost. They said Arya's weapon was gonna be like a game changer, but it's like she does some badass stuff with it. Yeah, but then she lost it like halfway through because I think she dropped it. So whether or not she keeps it and she uses it in the next fight, it's totally up in the air. But we're just going to see about that. Little Bear. Little Bear, R.I.P. Little Bear, but you took out a... That was Nemesis. I don't give a fuck. If y'all need to pause this review and go look at that episode again, go look in the face of that giant she killed. That was Nemesis. They also tackled Resident Evil. That's what the fuck... That giant was Nemesis. He had one eye, and he had the little, like, fucking... Like how Nemesis' teeth are. Like how it's like mostly like this and shit, and it's like stars, or in this case Mormonts, and he fucking the giant fucking crushed Lyanna's bones, and it sounded like Rice Krispie treats. So she was kind of like Loki. When Loki got his neck snapped, it sounded like celery. So he was like scrunch, but she was like stab in the eye, and Lyanna took out a giant. What better way to go out than stabbing a giant in the face? In the eye, mind you. Oh my god. Someone should dub that over with Resident Evil 3 and be like, you want stars? I'll give you stars. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know. I gotta find a reliable clip for the episode, and then I gotta find the voice. Whatever, we'll figure it out. So Arya went on a little mission. Oh, and they also tackled video games. This is Game of Thrones tackling Assassin's Creed when Arya was stealthily going around the zombies. This is also reminiscent of The Last of Us with the clickers, where you're just like, gotta be stealthy. She's better than me. Every time it's like stealth is recommended, I'm like, oh fuck it. I'll just make as much noise as I can. No one can tell them you're alive if they're dead. That's how I am in stealthy games. That's just literally how things like that work. Um Danny versus the Night King was fun because she was giving him the old stare down after their big dragon fight and he fell off. And I'm like, what are the odds the Night King becomes a paraplegic after that fall? But he's made of ice, so, it's fine. But she was all like, you killed my son, Dracarys. And he was all like, hold on. He was all like, you killed my brother. You killed my son, Dracarys. Brar. And then the Night King was all, I don't even sweat that. You done? And I was like, oh shit. The Night King was, oh my god, so many references I'm making. The Night King was literally Sephiroth in the flames. He was like, next. And it's like, girl, bye. How dare you live through that? And here's another one. Fucking Overwatch. John was running to the Night King and pulled off Mercy's mass res. She doesn't even have anymore. And the Night King was just like, motherfuckers never die. And he rose all the dead, including like the Dothraki and the people, and it was all like, I'm like, John, why does that surprise you? You know he can do that. you, you, I feel like Daenerys shouldn't have rushed off. Oh no, wait, because he was gonna shoot the spear, but he missed. He didn't have his the Night King didn't have his preparations. Like he didn't have like his whole javelin preparations to be like, oh, I want me a dragon, and and it was fine. Jon's fighting the dead because that's what Jon does. I hate this strategy so much. Let's go to the crypts. There's a necromancer. There's an ice necromancer that's coming that can raise dead people. Let's put all of our women and children in the crypts where the dead people are. I was really hoping they would have brought Catelyn back as Lady Stoneheart. But, that didn't happen. I mean, did they ever recover Catelyn's body? They said Catelyn's body was by a river after the Red Wedding. So I don't know if they actually brought her back. Undead Rickon wasn't really enough. I mean, like I would have been surprised, but he was a no name character anyway. Like no one really fucking knew him. They just knew he was a Stark. Ned Skeleton, I think, is too corroded over to be resurrected, and yeah. So, that's fine. But let's go to the crypts. They're fucking safe. When Drogon got swarmed by them zombies, I almost cried. I was eating buffalo chicken dip and Doritos, and I was like, I'm about to eat my feelings. They about to take my dragon from me. But, they didn't. Thank goodness. They didn't. Oh my god. They didn't. First of all, Daenerys got a little dragon glass, a little sword, and she's doing some stuff. I think a good portion of her female ancestors were like dragon queen warriors, but like Daenerys' like expertise is dragon riding, like going on Drogon, burning shit, and all of that. And when she was doing some stuff. She was taking some out. Jorah went to go protect her because that's Jorah's thing. Like Jorah's Lord Friendzone, and he must protect his queen. Jon versus Viserion, like, we need to have a mental health watch for Jon. I think Jon wants to die. Either that, or I don't know if I've said this in other videos, or if I've said this at all, but I'm going to just put it on record right now. Jon, in my opinion, can break the fourth wall. Now think about it. Why would Jon put himself in so much death-defying danger unless he knew he was a character on a TV show? But that's just me. I'm like, Jon, baby, what you about to do against Viserion? Don't get me wrong, his mouth was missing, and he was like, I don't know what the term was. I kept saying, like, corroding, but I don't think that's it. Like, Viserion, like, in the dragon fight with Rhaegal and Drogon, like, his neck was injured because I think Rhaegal bit his neck, and then Drogon got his claws in him. So there's fire coming out of his neck and like out of his mouth as a last resort. So he was pretty much doing like self DPS the whole time. Like when the Night King grabbed him, it was just like, oh shit. So Arya kills the Night King. That was unexpected. uh, all this talk of like prophecy and Azor Ahai, the prince or princess that was promised, and a flaming sword called Lightbringer. It was literally Arya doing some parkour, and she was literally like, she jumped at him with her left hand, and it was like, oops, that's not my dominant hand. Shank, 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 shank. She stabbed him in the same place where they put the dragon glass dagger in him to create him as the Night King. And that was so funny. The wind passed by the dude, like the other general, and it was just like, the fuck is this? And the Night King was like, gotcha, bitch. And she's like, and she got his ass. So, um, Arya saved the world. I'm not mad about it. I'm just like, none of us could have predicted that. Although when she saw Melisandre again, she was like, you've killed people with brown eyes and green eyes, and now you've got to kill somebody with blue eyes. And I thought she was just talking about the whites. Like, she killed a lot of zombies, and they have blue eyes. So I didn't know if that was what she was talking about. And then Melisandre was like, what do we say to the god of death? And Arya's like, not today. And I watched the episode twice. In that room that Melisandre was in, like, did Melisandre kill those whites? I feel like that should have been something we see. Kind of sucks Melisandre didn't bring the fiery hand with her. Because I thought that was the whole point. I thought Melisandre was going to be like Gandalf, even though I didn't see the movies at all, but I know that's what everybody was comparing it to. I thought she was going to be all like with the fiery hand, and they were going to make like firewalls, and she was going to be like, Hoses poses, I'm doing a Moses. And she's just creating fucking fire and shit. But, Arya kills the Night King. Let me just see if there's something else. Okay, pretty much did all that. Okay, and Melisandre got dusted because, you know, Endgame came out, and, you know, everybody gets affected by the snap. And I feel like Dany should have earned the North's loyalty by now. If it wasn't for Daenerys, they would have all died. And I feel like they should know that by now. Although, when Sansa was talking shit, Melisandre was like, if it wasn't for the Dragon Queen, we wouldn't be here at all. I'm like, yo, don't you dare bad mouth Daenerys in front of Missandei. That is her queen. That is her best friend. And that is her fucking confidant. Melisandre was like, Missandei was like, don't talk about my queen, bitch. She is my queen. She is a good person. Y'all Northerners stubborn as fuck, which is really fucking true. And oh my god, this episode. Oh my god, it was so good. It was so great. It was really good. I'm not gonna lie. It was a really good episode. Just like nitpicky things, like, you know, I wanted to see Melisandre bring in the fiery hand. It's really weird the whole Azor Ahai thing didn't happen. But what if? What if the Night King isn't really dead? What if the Night King kept? What if that icy symbol that the Night King made, or the first werewolf tree where the Night King was created? What if the Night King comes back in some way, shape, or form because of that? We have 3 episodes left. Next week is a preparation to dealing with Cersei. Episode 5 is the big fight against Cersei, because episode 5 is also directed by Miguel Sapochnik, and he directed this episode, so that's a huge fight waiting to happen. And episode 6, I feel like, is going to be a Dream of Spring, where it's just going to be like, either a jump forward in time, or, just like explaining the future and what's happening and whatever happened. So, putting that out there, the Night King may not really be dead, but if he is, Daenerys and Jon do not have enough forces to deal with Cersei. a good majority of their armies are gone now. So yeah, she has 2 dragons, but Cersei has all those scorpions that they built. So I feel like Arya has to stealthily be there to like cut the wires off of the scorpions or something. That would just be my plan. I would literally send Arya in. I would send Arya in. I would send Jaime and Arya. I would send Jaime and Arya, and I would have Arya cutting the wires of all the scorpion bolts so they can't fire them at the dragons, and then that can tip the scales in their favor. Because with as many scorpions as I think Cersei has, they're kind of screwed in the dragon department. I mean, they could also fire them at the people, but I mean, you kind of want to use your minigun against the big targets. So I don't think they have enough forces to deal with Cersei. So I think the Golden Company betrayal theory might happen because they're from Blackfires and shit. So Blackfire was like I can't use words. Blackfire is like they were like another version of the Targaryens, but they were like bastards of they're bastards of the Targaryens. So if they find Jon and Dany are dragon riders, like full Targaryens, they're gonna be like, so if we help you, you gonna let us have our titles and shit? And she gonna be like, yeah, boo. All you gotta do is betray that bitch Cersei, and I got you. And then Strickland gonna be like, yo, release the elephants, and there were elephants the whole time. I don't care how the elephants got there. I'm all for suspension of my disbelief because elephants. But what did you guys think about this episode? Comment down below and let me know. If you want to see me play games, I stream games on twitch.tv/MrDarkPhoenix. All of my social media links are in the description bar below. I am tired. I saw Endgame twice, and my review for that is coming, I swear. I saw Endgame twice, and I was in preparation for this. I was fucking nervous today. I took a nap because I knocked myself out. So, what did you guys think about the episode? What was your favorite part? R.I.P. Theon, Lyanna, Jorah, House Mormont's gone. That's really fucking sad. R.I.P. Ed, R.I.P. Night King, R.I.P. Viserion, various zombies, various Dothraki. Just regular casualties. I'm really glad that Brienne and Podrick and Jaime and Grey Worm lived, but we still have 3 episodes left, so anything can happen. I love you guys so much. Don't forget, if you want to be kept up to date with me, I post on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Facebook, my Twitch, and this YouTube channel. So don't forget to hit subscribe here on YouTube. Follow me on Twitch. I love you guys so much. Winterfell has been fought for, and I deserve a warrior's rest, as do the rest of you. So don't forget that through good times and bad times, you remember to geek out and enjoy your lives, and I'll catch you guys next time for another great video. And always remember that through good times and bad times, remember to geek out and enjoy your lives.